Okay folks, what we're doing is we're carrying on with that juicer. This is like part 2 of the juicer, which is going to involve fettling off the bottom here of the juicer and this inside edge here, and putting a handle on and doing the strainer. That's what we're going to do now. So I've got some clay here and I'm doing some handles, you see. I'm pulling some handles, small handles, for the juicer. So these are a little bit small, these handles. We don't want them to be too heavy and big. So I'm just doing a few here, putting them on my wear board. La 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 la. So I may just do some handles that are a little bit bigger and some that are a little bit smaller, and then when I come to attach them I'll be able to choose, you see. Alright. Alright, well I've got half a dozen or so handles ready there. Now, so those are the handles over there, you can see. They ideally they should wait. When you pull handles you should let them stiffen up a bit. So the next thing I need to do is, let's try and focus down here on the wheel head. I'll try and work down there instead of roaming around the room. Alright, so you're going to need a banding wheel to do this. And so let's just take one of these guys that we've thrown, and so you want to, with a dampened thumb, you want to go around the edge here and thumb him off. Alright, now the inside edge also you need to deal with, so he's not like a sharp edge here, you see. You want to avoid all sharp edges. Alright. Right, so having done that, what we need to do now is do the strainer and this part. Now I can't remember how I did this. I did these some years ago, and basically, you know, you want to make this part here rough, don't you? So I had an idea to use this, which is, you'll recognize it, is a lemon zester. So let's give it a go. If it doesn't work, we'll have to use something else. I'm probably going to stand up actually to do this, because what I want to do is I want to pull the clay from the base up to the top, you see, like that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Let's bring the camera a bit closer. A little closer so you can see. Trouble is it gets out of focus if I get too close. That is the problem. Let's see. Let's see if I... Alright, well we'll leave it at that for now. Alright, okay, so again, with the lemon zester, starting at the base, pull up to the top of the cone. Excuse me 1 second, folks. How do you turn this thing off? Hang on, I think I've done it. Somebody trying to call me. I think it's my daughter Giselle in England. She's trying to Skype with me. Okay, you see what I'm doing? Now this is a very easy tool to use, the lemon zester, and you'll find it's a very rewarding tool to use. I recommend you get one, and you can buy it. Well, I don't know where I got this one actually, but one of those hardware shops. Okay, let's just bring the camera down there very quickly so you can see what I've done. Alright, you can see there how it's roughened it. That'll actually work very well. Just try and do it as neatly as you can. Alright, so that's that done. What have we got to do next? We've got to do the strainer, haven't we? How are we going to do that? Well, now to do the strainer, this part here, I thought of using, I've got this tool which is rather good. It's got a rather thin blade, you see, can you see that? And I thought of using that, but you know what? This bit here gets in the way and you can't really, it's not as easy as you think. So that's not going to work. Put him to one side. I've got this other craft knife, but again, I can't kind of get to it without messing up this edge here, or without messing up the cone. So that's no good. What are we going to use? Well, you know, I think I'm going to use this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him, you see, even putting him like that, it's not what I want. Gosh, the phone is ringing, everybody's ringing. Somebody answer it. Okay, so I'm going to put that through like that, slightly at an angle, you see. And then move him along and then do the next one. And then the next one. Let's have some detail. Let's move that camera in there. A little bit more if I can. Hopefully we'll stay in focus. Maybe if I move it back and then zoom, maybe it'll like it better then. Fussy thing, isn't it, a camera? Well, I don't know. It looks a bit blurry to me from here. I don't know if I'm really achieving what I want. I need a cameraman. Okay, so can you see what I've done here? You want it so that it holds back the pith and some of the stones, but it doesn't. Now I may find that after I've done this, that actually I shall need to maybe alter the strainer. The thing is to make it and use it and see if it works, and then modify it a little bit. Okay, a little bit of detail. Let's come down there, and then you can see what I've done. All right, so you can see there, it's a bit like a castle, isn't it? I've sort of castellated the rim here, or this little piece here. The edge of the strainer I've castellated. Okay, what we've got to do now is put that handle on. Back on the tripod. Are you getting dizzy? Sorry, it's a dizzyfying experience, isn't it? Alright, there it is. So we're going to take one of those handles now that I pulled. We'll take this one. Aha! Didn't think about that, because where I'm going to attach the handle, I have cut it out, you see, with the yeah. So I want to put the handle opposite the spout, but I've gone and cut it out all the way around. I should have left a space there where I could attach the handle. Didn't do it. It's a learning curve. I'm going to take a bit of clay opposite the handle here. I'm going to take a bit of soft clay, and I'm going to put that clay back in there where I cut it out a moment ago. You see? But that's the nature of clay, isn't it? It's very forgiving. You know, if you make a mistake, don't be discouraged. Just take a bit of clay and smear it over it, you know. Do a little repair job. So I put a bit of clay back in there, back in those holes, to give me something to attach my handle to, you see. Now, I've never done one of these before, I have to be honest. I've never put a handle on a juicer before. I've made juicers before, but I've never put a handle on them. This is the first. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to treat it like it's any other pot, you see, that I would be working on. So I'm going to attach the handle there to the strainer. Alright? Now I'm going to have to be careful here. Remember, always support your handles. Never let them bend. Keep them straight always. I'm going to dip the handle in my water pot, and now just pull the handle lightly, you see, just pull him away from the pot, just to freshen him up. Alright, and now I'm going to be ready now to bend the handle around. Remember, I've got to be able to, got to be able to get you want to be able to get your finger through the handle, don't you? That's important. All right, let's finish off the base of the handle here. By smearing him away. Okay, folks, as always, you know, when you've done a pot, you need to go over the pot a little bit. Your fingernails, they make little marks, don't they? And you just want to clean the pot up a little bit. Now you can do that now, or you can do it a little bit later when it gets a little bit drier. You might find it's easier to deal with then, rather than while he's kind of rather wet still. So there it is, folks. There is the finished juicer. With the strainer finished, the cone finished, and the handle. Remember, the strainer I think will work, and let's hope that the handle is big enough for my finger. It's only supposed to be a one finger handle. There he is, folks, a strainer complete. Have a go. Go to my website simonleachpottery.com for tools and other things. Okay, everyone, good to be with you. Keep practicing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.